WION is the only channel to bring you a ground report from Wuhan, which is the epicenter of the outbreak. And for that, I'm joined in by CGTN Correspondent Zhao Yunfei, who is joining us live from Wuhan. A very warm welcome to you, Mr. Yunfei. Now, what's the situation in Wuhan? We're learning that evacuations of Japanese and US citizens have already begun. Australia will soon be following suit, right?
Yes, so what we learned so far is the scale of infection is much larger, given the fact that Chinese people would like to compare this new type of coronavirus with SARS coronavirus, Severe Accused Respiratory Syndrome, which outbreak 17 years ago. The reason why is because at that time it gave huge impact to Chinese people. So they want to make this kind of comparison. And this one, the infection rate is much larger than SARS, but the mortality rate is lower.
All right. It's interesting that you are comparing this outbreak with SARS. The number of confirmed cases of the Wuhan coronavirus has overtaken the 2003 SARS outbreak inside mainland China. Help our viewers understand how the outbreak compares with SARS.
In many ways, including the ways how people react to that, but people are definitely take very specific measures compared with the 17 years ago, because so far the city has suspended its large mass transit system to kind of prevent people-to-people interactions, and this is a method to contain the spreading of the virus. Compared with SARS era, there's not similar actions like this.
All right, Zhao, how is the government battling the shortage of food and medical supplies at the moment?
Some medical staff and medical centers do recognize that they're in short of resources. It has a lot to do with the transit, the mailing system, because it's the Lunar New Year season. So the shipping system is slow. But as there are more resources, including medical staff, medical resources are gathering around the country, it has becoming more and more sufficient. In terms of food, I don't see any problem. People don't have any problem with the food resources over here. We visited several supermarkets and convenience stores, and in fact, those are the stores that only opened so far. Cafe, restaurant, no, they closed. So when we visit the restaurants and when we visit the supermarkets, people choose food. They don't rush for food, which means that they still have sufficient options.
And what about the people of Wuhan? Since you are currently in Wuhan, how are the people taking to it? As we can see the visuals pouring in, the town, of course, looks like a ghost town already.
Well, there's not many people on the street because people are very cooperative with what the government say to stay indoors. Even you go outdoors, try to reduce the exposure of being outdoors. Even you go there, meet other people, do make sure you wear masks. So people are very listen to what the government is trying to say, and the whole point of that is to make sure there's not new people getting infected.
Right. You know, we can already see the impact of this entire outbreak on the global economy. The Chinese economy also has suffered majorly. Tell us more about that.
The mask industry, at least, is not ready for what's going on right now. At the beginning of the outbreak, we visited several drugstores, and they're all shortage in masks. But so far so good. It's getting a little bit better. Speaking about the Chinese economy, because many industries are trying to take this advantage of Lunar New Year to earn more money, like the cinema industry, like the restaurants and stores. But now everything is suspended, so it's certainly a kind of impact to them.
Right, Zhao, last but not the least, now with President Xi Jinping taking up WHO's offer of help, should we expect a better mobilization of resources?
We hope there is better resources of connections with international experts, and also Chinese Foreign Ministry has repeatedly saying that they welcome foreign experts come in to kind of support over here. Also, we see that medical staff and team from other countries has already started to arrive in China, so hopefully the situation will get better.
Right, and before I let you go, one last question, which is about the cure. They're still working on the vaccine for this virus. How soon can we expect it in the market?
We don't know. The experts don't know either. We talk with many people. Some people are optimistic in saying that it will come out soon. Some people are not quite optimistic. I think the reason for that is that we still don't know the origin of the virus. We still don't know how it's being transmitted. So we still don't have too much knowledge about the new type of coronavirus. So hopefully there will be new type of medicine specifically for this kind of disease.
Right, a new type of medicine, and hopefully it's delivered on time. Thank you so much, Zhao Yunfei, for joining us on this broadcast and sharing all that information.